Hello there, my name is Mr. SmartDonkey. Welcome to another episode of Weapons of the Wasteland. So there's overwhelming support for the laser pistol. So that's the weapon we'll be looking at in this episode. Similar to the pipe weapons though, I will be only looking at the laser pistol today. So I'm not going to be looking at the laser rifle, even though it's technically the same weapon. All you have to do is change the grip to a stock. But we're going to only be looking at the laser pistol so that I can make the laser rifle into a separate video by itself. So as always, I will start off by showing you guys the sights and scopes available for the laser pistol. So first of all, the stock sights, fairly boring, decent though. I mean, they actually have a glow sight on them already, so there's no glow sight available for this. The standard one essentially has it. There's the improved sights. They don't actually change anything. They're exactly the same as the stock sights, so that's something to keep in mind. They do increase the accuracy in the game and the focus, but it doesn't actually change anything on the actual physical stock. Then we have the reflex sight, which of course is one of my favorites. Only one reflex sight available here, which has the circle on it. There's no dot one available. Then we have the regular short scope. Once again, there's a medium and long version available for this as well, but I won't be showing that because there's no real need to. We have the night vision. Once again, there's a short, medium and long range available for this as well. And then there is the recon. There's a short and long range available for this one. So as always, before we can start upgrading the laser pistol, we'll have to know how it does being completely unupgraded. So first of all, the statistics of the weapon. We are at 24 damage, which is pretty decent. I believe it's higher than 10mm. I can't actually remember exactly what the number on that is, but I believe it is higher. Fire rate of 50, range of 71, accuracy of 71. It's a very mediocre, well, just average pistol. I wouldn't say mediocre. It's actually quite strong in the damage compartment, but I mean, it's just generally an average pistol, just a laser version of the 10mm, really. But it does quite well. You can see it doesn't take too many shots to take care of anything, especially when we get to the Super Mutant. You can tell, I mean, comparing it to the pipe pistol at least, that it does a lot more damage. It fires fairly rapidly as well. And it takes care of the Super Mutant a lot faster than the pipe pistol does. Against the 10mm though, it's pretty similar. You'll see in VATS as well, however, you get a lot of shots off of this pistol in VATS, and you actually, with an upgraded version, you do a lot of damage even against the Super Mutant. Alright, we have seen the regular laser pistol in action. It's time to perform the first upgrades. So we're going to straight up jump to requirements of Science Rank 1. So this is the first gun I'm upgrading in this series that actually requires Science rather than Gun Nut. Makes sense. I mean, we're using a laser pistol or laser weapons, but still. So as I explained, we're only going to be doing laser pistols. So I'm not going to do laser rifles on this, which means that I'll be skipping most of the grips, like all the stock ones essentially. Also, I basically will be going through all of the ranks, so requirements up to Science Rank 3. Rather than with, like, for example, the assault rifle and the combat rifle, I did just 2 episodes on the same weapon. But with this one, I'm actually just going to base this entirely on the laser pistol. So we are going to go up to the highest rank, and then with the laser rifle, I'm going to do the same thing again, where I just go through all of the ranks, including the earlier ones as well. I just want to clarify that. So anyway, for the first upgrades, we're going to go for a gamma wave emitter. So like I said, Science Rank 1 is what we're going to go for. So we're going to skip the first 3 options, I mean, besides the standard capacitor, of course. So basically the way it works with the laser pistol or the laser weaponry is that there's 4 different types, and there's just like upgraded versions of that. So the standard capacitor is just regular damage. The upgraded versions are boosted capacitor, then max advanced capacitor, and overcharged capacitor. The Photon Agitator gives critical shot damage and accuracy. Then you got a Photon Agitator, and then you got the boosted Photon Agitator, etc., etc. Then the beta wave is the burning damage. So you got gamma wave, etc. So basically, there's just 4 different ones that have something different. Or actually, it's 3 different ones, sorry, not 4. So it's the regular damage, it's the critical shot and accuracy, and then it's burning damage. So there's like 3 ones, and then they're basically just upgraded versions of that weapon every time. But anyway, enough of that. This video is going to go way too long if I explain everything like that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go for the gamma wave emitter, like I said. So we're going to go for better burning damage. So we just skip past the beta wave tuner, which is the regular burning damage. This one, better burning damage, better range, and ammo capacity. For the barrel, we're going to go for an automatic barrel. So once again, we have several options here, and then improved options of those, but they require higher ranks of science, so we're going to get to that later. So we've got the short barrel, long barrel, automatic barrel, sniper barrel, and then improved, etc. So we're going to go for the automatic one, which improves the rate of fire, range, and sighted accuracy, but it has worse recoil, reduced ammo capacity, and poor hip fire accuracy. This is something we haven't seen yet. There's reduced ammo capacity, and here it's actually poor ammo capacity with the sniper barrel. That's an interesting thing to keep in mind. The reduced here is only 3, I believe, that it reduces by, so it's not really a big deal, and actually goes up from having this. This gives better ammo capacity. So for the grip, we're just going to go for a Sharpshooter's grip. This is going to go for the same for all of them. It's just better recoil, hip fire accuracy. Since we're not going to go for a stock, since that changes the weapon into a rifle, we only have the option between the standard grip, the comfort grip, and the Sharpshooter's grip, and the rest is all stocks. And yeah, it's just a plain upgrade basically. So that's why we're going for that. For the sights, we're going to go for the Reflex sight. Once again, personal preference, and I think it works alright with this pistol. We have a few options here, but the Reflex sight to me is just the best one, as always. And then for the muzzle, we're going to go for the beam focuser. So once again, this is the same as with those other things. We have several options: the beam splitter, beam focuser, and gyro, compensating lens, and then you have amplified, fine-tuned, better versions of those 3 basically. So we're going to go for the beam focuser, which adds better range, accuracy, and recoil. I like the gyro compensating lens as well because it gives superior recoil, but because the fire rate on this isn't too high, I think we can deal with having better recoil rather than superior recoil. So we're going to go for that, the beam focuser. And that is the focused fiery automatic laser pistol. It's time to see how our upgrades do in action. So the focused fiery automatic laser pistol, I love how it has the fiery in the name. So we're reduced to 18 damage now. Of course it has burning damage though, which definitely helps out as well. Fire rate's up to 90 because we made an automatic pistol, of course. The range 230, that's sniper rifle range right there, which is quite impressive for a simple pistol. 77 accuracy, which has gone up a little bit from the previous pistol as well, just on an upgraded version. The accuracy does sort of let it down though. You can see when spraying with this weapon, it's not really the recoil that does it, but just the pistol itself. The bullets, or well, not bullets, I guess the lasers fly all over the place. They don't really go where you're aiming at, which is kind of odd. But even beyond that, it's still a very strong pistol. You can see how fast it takes care of the super mutant as well without really any issue. You can see again in VATS as well, we get a lot of shots with the pistol and we manage to take care of it. Of course, the second shot is the critical as per usual. You see he goes down very quickly as well. Alright, so seeing the focused fiery automatic laser pistol in action, it's time to perform some upgrades. So since I've done all the explaining now, I can go through this a little bit faster now. So for this one, we're going to go for the boosted Photon Agitator. So this adds superior critical shot damage and ammo capacity, has better accuracy and improved damage. So this is a very strong weapon. The superior critical shot damage you'll see in a minute on the VATS thing is absolutely insane. For the barrel, we're going to go for a improved sniper barrel. So now, oh by the way, science rank 2 is the requirements for this pistol, and the next one's going to be science rank 3. So yeah, improved sniper barrel. We have all the barrels available for science rank 2. So this has exceptional damage, superior range, worse recoil, poor ammo capacity, and hip fire accuracy. But this is not a hip firing gun. This is more of a longer range, I would say rifle, but it's not a rifle, longer range pistol. For the grip, is like I said before, a Sharpshooter's grip because it's the best pistol grip we can have. And for the sights, we're going to go for a short scope. I could go for medium scope. Or actually, no, I'm not going to go for a short scope. I'm going to go for a short night vision scope. I could go for the longer ranges because this also requires gun or science rank 2 even. But just because we're in the small arena, I prefer going for the shorter one because otherwise it's going to make it more difficult. But feel free to go for the longer ranges one if that's what you prefer. And for the muzzle, we're going to go for the fine-tuned beam focuser. So this once again adds superior, it actually says super, I'm assuming it means superior range and accuracy and better recoil. Don't really care too much about the recoil. We'll do a little bit though, because it is still a semi-auto pistol. So recoil is somewhat important, but since you're scoping in, you're not going to be spamming it, because then it just sort of flies out of hand anyway. But yeah, the fine-tuned beam focuser adding superior range and accuracy is quite good. So this basically becomes sort of a sniper pistol, and it does ridiculously good damage just by itself. You can see it does 60 damage. We could go for the amplified beam splitter, which actually adds up damage, but this basically is a shotgun version. We don't really want to go for that, so I'm just going to go for the fine-tuned beam focuser. So that is the night vision boosted agitated laser pistol. So now it's time to see the night vision boosted agitated laser pistol in action. So this one is actually surprisingly weak against some enemies, and then against others it did particularly well. You'll see in a second when the super mutant comes up, it does extremely well against these super mutant, or sorry, not super mutants, against these ghouls. However, I felt like it wasn't great. I mean, it's got a scope on it, so it's a bit harder to fire it. It also doesn't have great hip fire accuracy either, but I don't know, I felt like it should have done better. Against the Raiders it does alright as well, but not particularly amazing. For the amount of damage that it says it does, which is 60 for each shot, and it fires, it's a semi-auto, 50 fire rate still. You'd think that it would take care of the enemies a little faster, but you'll see in a second against the super mutant, it's a one-hit headshot right there, and he's dead. Quickly, the other stats, 263 range, some of the highest range we've seen in any weapon so far, and it's only a pistol, and 86 accuracy, which is very high as well. So now we've seen a night vision boosted agitated laser pistol in action. It's time to perform the final upgrades. So for this final gun, we have the requirements of science rank 3. We're going to go for the overcharged capacitor. So this is basically the most plain out of all the options here, but this gun is insane. You'll see it in a minute. It's ridiculously how good it is. Anyway, so superior damage and improved ammo capacity. It's very boring. It doesn't do anything besides that. No increased critical damage, no burning damage, nothing like that. But it's just very good damage. We're going to go for the improved automatic barrel. This has superior rate of fire, improved damage range and size accuracy, worse recoil, reduced ammo capacity, and poor hip fire accuracy. So the worse recoil sounds like it becomes a problem, or might become a problem. It doesn't really. It works out alright. You don't really notice too much recoil. And the damage on this gun is absolutely insane. It doesn't even look that high, but it's not even, like, you'll see it in the footage in a minute. It destroys. It's not, I don't even know where the damage is coming from, why it's doing so well compared to the other pistols, but it is absolutely insane. For the sight, we're going to go for the reflex sight, the Sharpshooter's grip, like I said, because, yeah, that's what we do. And the muzzle, we're going to go for the quantum gyro compensating lens. So now I am going to go for the exceptional recoil, even though it reduces the range, instead of the fine-tuned beam focuser. So for the first pistol we upgraded, I went for the beam focuser instead of the gyro compensating lens, because the fire rate wasn't as high, but with this one it's a little bit higher, so I think the recoil, exceptional recoil, is somewhat needed, also because the recoil gets reduced by the automatic barrel. So we have the choice between the fine-tuned beam focuser and the quantum gyro compensating lens, but I'm going to go for the quantum gyro compensating lens because I just prefer that. I just want to have that little bit of extra recoil control. So there is the improved targeting, overcharged, improved twice, automatic laser pistol. So it's time to see the final gun in action. This thing is an absolute beast. You'll see it right here. It just demolishes enemies. I have no idea why or how it's doing this much damage, but it is somehow. The improved targeting, overcharged, improved automatic laser pistol. I like how it does improved twice in the title. And it really deserves it as well, because you can see everything dies so quickly. The Raiders, it took like 3 seconds to take care of all of them. So we're at 38 damage, 113 fire rate, 191 range, 77 accuracy. But the stats, I don't know, it does so much better than the stats even suggest. As always, we'll have a quick look at the comparison. No real surprises here though, since every gun we made was basically one size requirement higher. So the last gun did the best, and then all the way down to the first gun being the worst. But still pretty good guns though. Thank you all once again for watching another episode of Weapons of the Wasteland. Let me know which gun you'd like to see me use next. Do you want me to continue the laser weapons and go into the laser rifles, or do you want me to do something else? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.